Hi, my name is Sharon Hawkins and I teach martial skill. Okay. This is the lessons on principles, okay, of fighting. Alright, for what? Okay, when you're in a fight, what do you pay attention to? Do you pay attention to what you're doing? Do you pay attention to your opponent, or do you pay attention to what's around you? Well, you can't. You have to be aware. If you try to process a fight through attention, your mind will not be able to keep up with it. You have to have body awareness. This body awareness makes your techniques more instinctual, and you're fighting more instinctual. And when you're done with a fight, or let's say you're fighting somebody, and you're so focused, and you're pounding him in the head, and his buddy walks up behind you and smashes you over the head with a chair and knocks you out, and they both heel stomp you, breaking ribs, putting you in the hospital. Well, we're too focused. You cannot be focused like that in a fight. And even if you win the fight, most fights we watch people after they're done fighting, their mind's all over the place, their tension's all over the place, they're insecure because they're hyper and stuff. No. You be aware of all three: yourself, your opponent, and your environment. Because you don't know what's happening. If you're too in focus, you won't be aware of what's happening around you. I teach this. Every time I teach somebody, I always bring this up because I want to instill this upon them. The next principle, is to ad-lib and improvise on the fly. Now this is I've seen this in MMA fights. I've seen one guy in particular who, now he was very strong, he powered his way up a lot of stuff, but he gave jiu-jitsu fighters a hard time for a long time there. And because if you watched him, he improvised totally out of their holds and techniques. He was a powerhouse, which is a very important thing to be. But this guy could pull it off. He improvised on the fly. It was so obvious that he was using his body and improvising almost everything he did. And we do anyway, okay? Regardless of technique, of set technique anyway, we still improvise as we're fighting. We don't just go in there like nobody's there and just jab and cross and then back fist somebody over here. You don't do it. You always have to be aware of what your opponent's doing. Okay. Oh, another principle is the principle of failure. You can't always assume everything you're going to do is going to work. Okay, you have to realize if they're even a halfway decent fighter, even a street fighter, they're going to block some of your things, they're going to evade it, they're going to counter you, okay? And this, you have to set yourself up so that when something fails, you're going for the next thing, okay? Let's say you're fighting your opponent, right? And you do a jab and they snap their head back, you do a jab and they snap their head back, and then they come back forward to come to engage you again, and you do a cross, okay, and they slip on their heads right here. Well, I failed right there. So I grab their head and kneel. Okay, if that works, if they don't pull away or power out. But then you have to, okay, here's what I'm talking about, failure. Okay, I jab, he snaps his head back, he steps in to throw a punch, and I throw a cross. He swings his head down this way, bobbing, so I grab the back of his neck, and I'm going to do a knee with his head, but he pulls away. Okay, from there, okay, he starts pulling away from there. This hand could come up like this, push on his chin, grab his bicep, and then slam him into a wall. If that works, so you have to be prepared for failure. The next principle consists of reacting with failure. In other words, someone's fighting you, and they do a jab in your face, you snap back, come in, you jab, you get them, okay? And you're going to grab them, okay, the back of their neck. I grab their bicep and I pull them down this way, and they just resist, okay? Why am I gonna keep? Okay, right here. This hand comes up, pushes on their chin, okay? Grabs this shoulder in the back and then pushes them, okay? Well, let's say I'm doing this, and they're a good fighter, it's instinctual. Okay, so they slip their head down around this way, okay? I can come in, right, and punch them. Okay, so the technique was, if you watch, is they do a jab, I snap back, and and then I jab and I get them, and then I step in, grab the bicep, the back of the head, start pulling this way, then resist. So my hand comes up on the chin, on the shoulder, but they slip away. And then see this hand's right here. Okay? And then their head jackknifes that way, and then boom, up to the throat. So if you learn when you're shadow fighting, and when you're slow fighting, play fighting with another opponent, okay? When you allow, okay, don't just do a technique and let them do it, okay? Let them do your technique. Let them resist. So play fighting. Play fighting. If you have an opponent, partner, and you want to play fight, you just want to have fun. Don't be too serious about it. You'll be too focused when you're too serious. Seriousness in martial arts is shit. Seriousness is when you're fighting somebody for real. Beyond that, martial arts should be fun. Okay, it should be fun, and you make it fun because you want to learn, and you'll learn quicker. You won't be so focused on just beating your opponent. You'll have fun and play. Even if you dominate like a cat and a mouse, you still have fun when you play fight. Have fun when you play fight. That's another principle. All right, that's it for right now.